Chapter 31 Blood Tonight. You are listening at novelfull.audio. This young man was dressed in gorgeous clothes, and it was obvious that he was from a wealthy family. His arrogant behavior and the crowd of thugs behind him all showed the powerful force behind him. Lin Yuan noticed that Luo Feng, the head of the Luo family, looked serious after seeing this scene. Uncle Luo, who is this idiot? Lin Yuan asked directly. Although the young man looked very stylish, Lin Yuan saw through his cultivation at a glance. Foundation building level 4, considering that he was of similar age to himself, his cultivation level was neither high nor low, and could only be regarded as mediocre talent. With this level of cultivation, he could easily kill him. His name is Wang Xiao, and he is the second son of the Wang family, the largest family in Sunset City. Luo Feng explained to Lin Yuan with a fearful face. Although he had the cultivation level of the 5th level of Qi gathering, the Luo family was a rising star after all, and there was still a lot of gap compared to the old and big families like the Wang family. Even though this young man Wang Xiao was just a dandy scum with foundation building cultivation, he didn't dare to fight him. Otherwise, the Luo family would be greeted by the catastrophe brought by the 6th level Qi condensation master of the Wang family. Wang Xiao, right? I think you may have misunderstood. Lin Yuan looked at the domineering Wang Xiao and said calmly, I am not here to break off the engagement, but to complete the engagement. What? Hearing Lin Yuan's words, Wang Xiao's face flashed with a trace of surprise. He thought that Lin Yuan was a disciple of Gu Lingzun, and his vision should be very high, and he would look down on Luo Xingxuang, a waste who couldn't even practice martial arts. It was precisely because of this that Wang Xiao dared to covet Luo Xingxuang's beauty. He tried to use the influence of the Wang family to force the Luo family to bow their heads, but he didn't expect that Lin Yuan actually said that he was here to marry Luo Xingxuang. Wang Xiao was used to being domineering in Sunset City. He had long regarded Luo Xingxuang, the most beautiful woman in Sunset City, as his own forbidden fruit. He was waiting for the disciple of Gu Lingzun to come and cancel the engagement, and then he would take her into his harem. Now Lin Yuan intervened and wanted to marry Luo Xingxuang, which immediately made Wang Xiao furious. Boy, I advise you to be sensible. Wang Xiao looked at Lin Yuan coldly. The thugs behind him and the influence of the Wang family in Sunset City gave him unlimited confidence. So what if you are the disciple of Gu Lingzun? After all, Gu Lingzun died 3 years ago. In Sunset City, it is not the turn of a dead man's disciple to be rampant. After that, he looked at Lin Yuan with a fierce look in his eyes, and the threat was extremely obvious. In fact, when Lin Yuan heard him insult Gu Lingzun, he didn't feel anything at all. After all, the warrior soul was Xiao Miao's chief master and had nothing to do with him, but this is after all the territory of the Luo family. If he wants to get the 8-star opportunity and successfully marry Luo Xingxuang, he must show enough respect for the ancient spirit master. So, without saying a word, Lin Yuan left the main seat like a ghost. Before everyone could react, he casually slapped Wang Xiao in the chest, breaking 4 of Wang Xiao's ribs. The next second, blood spurted out of Wang Xiao's mouth, and the whole person flew out, knocking down a large group of thugs behind him, and the whole person fell into a coma. It was not until this time that Luo Feng, who had the highest cultivation level besides Lin Yuan, reacted and wanted to stop Lin Yuan from taking action, but it was too late. What kind of cultivation level is he? I am at the 5th level of Qi condensation, but I can't react at all. Luo Feng was secretly shocked. Lin Yuan's speed of attack was too fast, and his cultivation level of the 5th level of Qi condensation was completely unable to react. At this time, a large group of Wang Xiao's followers also reacted, looking at Lin Yuan with a fierce look on their faces. You dare to hit Wang Xiao, you are in big trouble. After that, these people shouted while quickly lifting the unconscious Wang Xiao and ran away with their heads in their hands. Lin Yuan completely ignored the shouting of these people and whispered to Luo Feng, who was horrified, Don't worry, Uncle Luo, no one will die. You. Alas, forget it, the Wang family and my Luo family have been resentful for a long time, and Wang Xiao spoke rudely to the ancient spirit master, so you should teach him a lesson. Luo Feng sighed heavily. Although the Luo family is not as strong as the Wang family, don't worry, if the Wang family dares to do anything to you, the the Luo family will definitely stand by you. Lin Yuan nodded calmly. He hesitated for a moment, stood up and walked towards Luo Xingxuang, patted her back gently, and signaled her not to worry. No matter what happened, he was by her side. Evening, a piece of news that shocked Sunset City spread like wildfire. The head of the Luo family held a wedding for Luo Xingxuang, the eldest daughter of the Luo family, today. It is said that it was with the disciple of Gu Lingzun, to fulfill the engagement that was originally made. This news shocked countless people. Who is this disciple of Gu Lingzun, who would actually fall in love with Luo Xingxuang, a waste who can't practice martial arts? Of course, although everyone thought so in their hearts, they didn't dare to say it on the surface. After all, no one dared to offend the Luo family, whose power was booming. That night, except for the people of the Wang family, almost all the well-known figures in Sunset City attended the banquet held by the Luo family. Time was short. The Luo family didn't have time to prepare too grandly, but for Luo Xingxuang, she had been ridiculed and criticized for 2 whole years. Now only Lin Yuan didn't despise her. As long as she could stay by his side, no matter what kind of wedding, it would be the most perfect for her. Soon, 3 rounds of wine were over. Lin Yuan and Luo Xingxuang, the newlyweds, also walked into the bridal chamber amid the blessings of the crowd. The bridal chamber was actually Luo Xingxuang's original boudoir. In the bridal chamber, Lin Yuan and Luo Xingxuang sat opposite each other. The girl's eyebrows were shy, and her white and flawless face was so shy that it could almost squeeze out water. Well, how about we talk about something first? Lin Yuan asked tentatively. Luo Xingxuang glanced at him coquettishly and resentfully, and then threw herself into Lin Yuan's arms like a young swallow returning to the nest. Lin Yuan's breathing soon became heavy, but then, something quite embarrassing happened, that is. Lin Yuan actually had no experience in this area. After a charming moment, they could not get to the point. In the end, Luo Xingxuang, who was also inexperienced, endured the burning shyness and guided him tenderly, and the room gradually filled with a touch of spring. The next morning, Lin Yuan, who had tasted the sweetness of the marrow, was still unsatisfied. He hugged Luo Xingxuang's delicate body, intending to score twice and practice the skills he had just mastered, but, just at this moment, a figure knocked on the door hurriedly, so that Luo Xingxuang, who had been secretly squinting her eyes and waiting for Lin Yuan to do something bad, could no longer pretend and could only open her eyes and look outside the door. Not long after the knock on the door, a voice that sounded extremely anxious came in. "Miss, son-in-law, it's not good. Something big has happened." Chapter 32 The Wang family attacks. Lin Yuan takes action. You are listening at novelfull.audio. What happened? Lin Yuan quickly put on his clothes, gently pinched Luo Xingxuang's hand, and signaled her not to be afraid, and to go out and take a look. When he came to the door of the room, Lin Yuan found that there was a pretty little girl outside the door. If he remembered correctly, she should be Luo Xingxuang's personal maid. "Son-in-law, no, it's bad, the Wang family is here." But when the little maid saw Lin Yuan coming out, she hurriedly said, maybe because of the excessive shock, her voice was faintly crying. "Don't worry, talk slowly." "Yes, it's like this. This morning, the Wang family brought a large group of thugs to the door, saying that they wanted to ask for an explanation for Wang Xiu and asked the master to hand you over." The little maid was still a little frightened. The leader among these people was the master of the 6th level of Qi gathering in the Wang family. The master brought people out to confront them, but they didn't know right from wrong and started to fight directly. At this time, Luo Xingxuang had also changed her clothes. Last night, Lin Yuan gradually became more skilled, and his bravery after turning the tables made her walking posture look a little strange. However, after hearing such a big thing happened at home, Luo Xingxuang didn't care about it, and followed Lin Yuan and hurried to the front yard. Arrived at the front yard, after seeing the situation in the front yard, Lin Yuan frowned immediately. Many servants of the Luo family were knocked to the ground, with blood in their mouths and noses, and Luo Feng, the head of the Luo family, was also pale, with blood at the corners of his mouth, obviously suffering from serious internal injuries. Luo Xingxuang hurried forward to check on her father's injuries. Lin Yuan looked across, and in front of hundreds of Wang family thugs, stood several Wang family warriors in luxurious clothes. "Who did it?" Lin Yuan's tone was very calm, but a hint of coldness flashed in his eyes. although he was impersonating for the opportunity. Since he and Luo Xingxuang were already married, the Luo family was considered his family. These people attacked his family. Lin Yuan would naturally not let it go. "You are the one who hurt my son." In front of the crowd, a middle-aged man who looked about the same age as Luo Feng looked at Lin Yuan sinisterly, with murderous intent in his eyes. "Wang man, crush all the bones of this guy, destroy all the meridians in his body, and take him back to the Wang family to feed the dogs." As soon as the voice fell, a big bald man who looked to be in his 30s and had a fierce face walked out of the crowd with a fierce momentum. This person had abundant qi, and his martial arts cultivation of the 6th level of qi gathering was revealed. Lin Yuan immediately understood that this person should be the strongest person in the Wang family, the martial artist of the 6th level of qi gathering. Luo Feng's injury should also be caused by him. Lin Yuan was about to take action, but heard the middle-aged man speak coldly again. "And the woman from the Luo family, since my son likes her, I'll take her back and make her my son's plaything." "Yes." The bald man responded, looking at Lin Yuan with fierce eyes. He was a member of the Wang family's side branch, and was valued by the head of the family. He invested a lot of resources to support him in practicing martial arts. Now that he has broken through the 6th level of qi condensation, he has returned the favor and become the most loyal thug around the head of the family. When the bald Wang man looked at Lin Yuan was also looking at him, with a hint of coldness in his eyes. When he was at the 2nd level of qi condensation, he had killed Mo Jingtian, who was at the 7th level of qi condensation. Now Lin Yuan's cultivation has reached the peak of the 6th level of qi condensation, and he may break through the 7th level at any time. Facing a 6th level qi condensation Wang man, he naturally would not have any pressure. After staring at each other for a moment, Wang man took the lead and rushed towards Lin Yuan with a roar. The martial arts he practiced were quite similar to Mo Jingtian's. Both of them used their own bodies as weapons instead of other weapons. Wang man was already a burly man, more than 2 meters tall, and his tower-like figure roared as he rushed towards Lin Yuan, which immediately made everyone in the Luo family feel oppressed. Lin Yuan stood there unmoved. It was not until Wang man came in front of him that he leisurely drew out the sword from his waist. To deal with a warrior like Wang man whose cultivation was lower than his, Lin Yuan did not need to accumulate strength in advance. The 9 sky-splitting swords burst out continuously. After 2 swords, Wang man was no longer able to resist, and a deep wound was cut on his chest that could be seen to the bone. Lin Yuan did not pause at all. He never gave the enemy a chance to breathe. As soon as the 2nd sword was gone, the 3rd sword followed. The 9 sky-splitting swords martial art was ranked in the middle grade of the Dao level. The basic 9 swords, each sword is more powerful than the previous one. When the 3rd sword came out, a cold light flashed, and the sharp blade cut across Wang man's throat. Lin Yuan sheathed the sword and fell lightly back to the distance. Wang man's eyes widened. He covered his throat in disbelief, and wanted to say something, but because his vocal cords were cut by Lin Yuan's sword, he could only make a hoarse sound. Everyone was stunned, except for Luo Xingxuang, who had been communicating with Lin Yuan all night. Everyone had an expression of disbelief on their faces. Only Luo Xingxuang looked at Lin Yuan tenderly and quietly loosened her clenched fist. How could this happen? The faces of the people in the Wang family were even more shocked. Wang man was the strongest 6th level qi condensation warrior in the family, but he was killed by Lin Yuan in just 3 rounds after a confrontation. Everyone looked at the head of the family. A hint of surprise flashed across the face of Wang Li, the head of the Wang family. He didn't expect that Wang man, whom he had personally trained, would be slashed in the throat by a sword. It seemed that he had underestimated Lin Yuan. Interesting, he is indeed worthy of being the disciple of Gu Ling Zun. A cold murderous intent flashed in Wang Li's eyes. Although Lin Yuan killed Wang man in 1 second, there was no fear on the face of the head of the Wang family. This surprised Lin Yuan a little. I thought that since I had killed the strongest person in the Wang family with 1 sword, the other party should be afraid, but looking at Wang Li's expression, it was obvious that he had something else to rely on. Lin Yuan immediately became alert secretly, and the majestic vitality in his body began to be poured into the sword, secretly accumulating strength for the 9 swords to merge into one. I have to admit that you are indeed a genius. Wang Li looked at Lin Yuan with cold eyes, snorted coldly, and murderous intent burst out. it's a pity, what's the use of being a genius? The ancient Ling master is dead, and no one can save your life today. A genius who died young is worse than a waste. What? Hearing Wang Li's words, the people of the Luo family, who thought the situation was settled, were stunned. I said that I would crush all your bones, destroy all your meridians, and take you back to the Wang family to feed the dogs. Wang Li strode forward, and a powerful Yuan qi fluctuation suddenly burst out from his body. The terrifying aura even shocked many people present to retreat subconsciously. Until this moment, everyone suddenly realized that the strongest person in the Wang family was not Wang Man, who was at the 6th level of qi gathering, but the head of the family, Wang Li, who had rarely appeared. Chapter 33 Battle. Half-Step Yuandan. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. Lin Yuan looked at Wang Li, who was walking towards him. His face became slightly serious. From the qi energy that the other party had just exploded, Lin Yuan could feel that this person's cultivation was at the peak of the 9th level of qi gathering. It is even possible that the fake elixir has been condensed, and there is only one step left to introduce the vortex of vitality into the fake elixir, and then you can truly cultivate the Yuandan and become a Yuandan realm warrior. This is the strongest enemy Lin Yuan has ever faced since he entered martial arts. Half-Step Yuandan. Lin Yuan's face was more solemn than ever before, and his cultivation level had grown greatly compared to when he first dealt with Mo Jingtian, but facing a powerful warrior who is half a step into the Yuandan realm, he still felt full of pressure. To deal with an opponent of this level, Lin Yuan knew that he could only fight with his best strength. On the opposite side, after his hidden strength was exposed, Wang Li's expression gradually calmed down. He could tell that Lin Yuan's martial arts cultivation was not as good as his own. When he defeated Wang Man just now, although he acted extremely relaxed, the energy he inadvertently revealed betrayed him. Wang Li knew that Lin Yuan's cultivation was only at the 6th level or 7th level of qi gathering. With the strength of half-step Yuandan, it is easy to defeat him. What Wang Li is thinking about now is how to defeat Lin Yuan's momentum to the greatest extent and let everyone understand that the Wang family's position in Sunset City cannot be shaken even by the descendants of the Venerable Ones, so, he planned to kill Lin Yuan as quickly as possible. This idea can be said to coincide with Lin Yuan's plan to fight quickly. As soon as Wang Li made a move, he used his most powerful killing move, a low-level Taoist martial skill, the fire-destroying mountain palm. The moment Wang Li took action, Lin Yuan also moved, and dazzling flames suddenly burst out from his body, displaying the first of the 3 mysterious transformations of divine fire. At the moment when the first transformation of the 3 mysterious transformations of divine fire was completed, the sword in Lin Yuan's hand trembled slightly, making a buzzing sound. The momentum he started building up after he noticed something was wrong with Wang Li has been completed. Lin Yuan drew his sword and transformed into a white rainbow, facing Wang Li's sure-killing palm. Facing such a strong man who had already formed a fake elixir and was only half a step away from reaching the realm of Yuandan, Lin Yuan did not dare to be careless at all, and took action, which was the most powerful killing move. 9 swords that split the sky, 9 swords combined into one. With the dual blessings of the 3 mysterious transformations of divine fire and the sword-drawing technique, Lin Yuan also brought his cultivation to the extreme. A sword and a palm collided head-on. The contact lasted less than half a second, and the 2 figures were quickly bounced away. After Lin Yuan landed on the ground, he took 3 steps back. Qi and blood surged in his body, and his face became slightly pale. A warrior who is half a step into the Yuandan realm is really powerful. Lin Yuan sighed secretly. Previously, when he was at the 2nd level of qi gathering, he could kill Mo Jingtian, who was at the 7th level of qi gathering, with 1 sword thanks to the blessings of the 3 mysterious transformations of divine fire and the sword-drawing technique. Now that he is at the 6th level of qi gathering, his cultivation is more than twice as powerful as it was then. With a shocking sword blow, he cannot kill Wang Li. The other side. Wang Li took Lin Yuan's shocking sword attack forcefully, but it was actually not very pleasant. After he stumbled to the ground, he took 4 or 5 steps back before barely regaining his balance. He felt like his body was turbulent, and a streak of blood flowed out of the corner of his mouth uncontrollably. Just now, when I was having a head-on confrontation with Lin Yuan, he instinctively sensed a hint of danger, so the moment before the sword palms met, Wang Li withdrew 30% of his vitality to protect his heart. Only then was Lin Yuan's devastating sword not shattered. He stared at Lin Yuan with wide eyes. He couldn't believe that he, a half-step Yuandan warrior, was almost killed by a young boy whose cultivation was far inferior to his own. In fact, if Wang Li had not been cowardly, Lin Yuan would have been severely injured by him in the head-to-head confrontation just now, but the price paid was too high. Wang Li didn't dare to gamble. He had finally reached the halfway level of Yuandan. Seeing that he was about to truly break through to the Yuandan realm, how could he be willing to risk his own life to exchange his life with Lin Yuan? Fight? At this time, Wang Li had already begun to think about quitting. He didn't want to continue fighting with Lin Yuan. He was about to break through. If he was hit hard, the failure to keep it intact would affect the success rate of breaking through the Yuandan. But, he wanted to retreat, but Lin Yuan didn't give him this chance at all. After a moment of adjusting his breath, Lin Yuan took advantage of the effect of the 3 mysterious transformations of divine fire to disappear, and once again used the 9-sword-in-one shocking sword, transformed into a white rainbow, and rushed towards Wang Li. Wang Li's face suddenly became a little ugly, but now, he could only bite the bullet and fight with Lin Yuan, using the low-grade Taoist martial art fiery mountain destroying palm to head on Lin Yuan's sword moves. Swords and palms clashed again. Wang Li could feel that Lin Yuan's offensive seemed not as fierce as before. However, because he suffered internal injuries, this sword almost killed him. Wang Li's figure flew out and hit a large number of Wang family's thugs before he could stop. Lin Yuan continued to pursue after landing. Wang Li almost broke into a cold sweat when he saw this, and he didn't care about pretending to be dead. He stood up, used his vitality to protect his injured heart, and ran away like a bereaved dog. Seeing that Wang Li had withdrawn, these thugs from the Wang family naturally did not dare to stay here anymore. For a while, the menacing Wang family members dispersed like birds and beasts. It was not until all the Wang family members had dispersed that Lin Yuan secretly breathed a sigh of relief, released the state of the 3 mysterious changes of divine fire, and gasped for air. His previous battle seemed easy and carefree, but in fact, only Lin Yuan himself knew the danger. With the blessing of the 3 mysterious changes of divine fire, Lin Yuan did have spare energy and could use the shocking sword once more. However, Lin Yuan knew very well that Wang Li was a half-step Yuandan strongman after all. Even a warrior like Mo Jingtian, who was at the 7th level of qi condensation, had a 4th-grade Duanjia talisman to protect himself. A strong man like Wang Li definitely had a trump card to save his life. If he struck again with a sword, he might not be able to kill him on the spot. If he fought to the death, he might not be able to gain any advantage. After all, Wang Li was surrounded by hundreds of Wang's thugs and 2 qi condensation warriors, so, he did not choose to continue chasing. Lin Yuan was about to turn around to check on Luo Feng's situation, when he suddenly noticed that there was a chance line connected to him in the direction where Wang Li had just fled. He was slightly stunned. Lin Yuan then suddenly noticed that there was a word chance above his head. This person has good luck recently and is about to get a 3-star chance. That the target of the chance line was none other than Wang Li, the head of the Wang family who had just fled like a lost dog. Chapter 34, Jade-condensed Immortal Grass, Refining the 3rd-grade Pill. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. Lin Yuan's heart moved slightly. Although the 3-star opportunity is not a very high star rating, this is the second opportunity that has directly appeared to me besides the time of Baoyuan Jade Pond. There was definitely something strange about him, but now, everyone in the Luo family is looking at him, and it is estimated that many people in Sunset City will soon know that the head of the Wang family was defeated by him. The entire Sunset City's attention will be focused on him. In broad daylight, it might not be a wise idea for me to take action against the seriously injured Wang Li. In this case, we can only wait until night. When the moon is dark and the wind is high, then the only choice is to kill people and steal goods. Lin Yuan thought secretly in his heart, he is actually very skilled at killing people and stealing goods. Sunset City is just a small city under the jurisdiction of Raging Flame City. Even if the Wang family is the head of the 3 major families, the defense of the mansion will never be that tight, so Lin Yuan planned to pretend that nothing happened, and then sneak out at night to get his 3-star opportunity from Wang Li. Lin Yuan knew very well that Wang Li had 2 head-to-head confrontations with him, and a 9-sword-in-1 shocking sword strike did not directly kill him, but it definitely caused serious internal injuries to the other party. After the other party returns to the Wang family, he will definitely heal his injuries as soon as possible. When night falls, it should be an important moment for the opponent to refine the healing elixir. At that time, Wang Li, even with half-step Yuandan, would definitely be easier to kill than now. After thinking about all this, Lin Yuan turned around and walked in the direction of Luo Feng and Luo Xingxuang. When he arrived just now, Lin Yuan noticed Luo Feng's injury, which seemed to be quite serious. He stepped forward to check and found Luo Xingxuang looking at Luo Feng sternly, with a look of worry written all over her face. How about it? Lin Yuan knelt down and held Luo Xingxuang's weak, boneless hand. My father's condition is very bad. Luo Xingxuang looked at Lin Yuan, with a pair of soft peach blossom eyes filled with moisture. She did not blame Lin Yuan for provoking the Wang family. After all, it was for himself that he took action against Wang Xiu, the second young master of the Wang family. She was worried about Luo Feng's situation. My father's injury was actually not too serious. However, in his early years, he was framed by someone and was poisoned by a rare and strange poison. Over the years, my father has been suppressing the toxicity by relying on the 5th level of qi gathering. However, after this injury, the meridians in his body were injured by Wang Man. After losing his vitality and suppressing it, the toxicity has begun to spread. I'm afraid. When she said this, tears fell from the corners of Luo Xingxuang's eyes. She finally met Lin Yuan, a man who didn't dislike her for being a useless practitioner. However, her father was in danger and could pass away at any time. Is it still possible to save him? Lin Yuan was obviously much calmer than Luo Xingxuang. Yes, but the chance is too slim. Luo Xingxuang sighed quietly when he heard this. The strange poison that my father was poisoned by was written by a warrior from southern Xinjiang. This kind of strange poison is very rare, and ordinary detoxification pills have no effect on it. Only the 3rd-grade Jade-condensed can detoxify it. The toxicity of this poison, but what? Lin Yuan's eyes narrowed slightly, and he suddenly remembered that he seemed to have seen the 3rd-grade Jade-condensation pill mentioned by Luo Xingxuang from the True Solution to Alchemy. The Jade Immortal grass used to refine the 3rd-grade Jade-condensed was completely extinct in the surrounding area 40 years ago due to overharvesting. The Luo family has been searching for it for more than 10 years, but there is no relevant news at all. When Luo Xingxuang said this, a trace of sadness flashed in her eyes. She did not tell Lin Yuan that once the suppression of vitality was lost, the poison in her father's body would spread throughout his body and take his life within just 3 days, and 3 days is so short. The Luo family spent more than 10 years without finding the Ningyu immortal grass. How could a miracle happen in just 3 days? Even if a miracle happened, a small family like the Luo family would not be able to hire a 3rd-grade alchemist to refine the 3rd-grade Jade-condensation pill for Luo Feng. That is to say, as long as there is a 3rd-grade Jade-condensation pill, Uncle Luo can be saved, right? Lin Yuan's face became calm after hearing this. He first checked the storage bag left by the senior brother, and then looked at Luo Xingxuang and asked. That's true, but... Luo Xingxuang sighed quietly and swallowed back what she wanted to say. She didn't want to say too many depressing words, fearing that Lin Yuan would feel guilty after hearing this. It's nothing good. Is there a place where I can make alchemy in Sunset City? Lin Yuan looked at Luo Xingxuang, gently squeezed her little hand, and suddenly changed the subject and asked. Yes, there are, but in Sunset City, the alchemists with the highest level of alchemy cultivation are only 2nd level. Those 3rd-level alchemists simply don't look down on a small place like Sunset City. Luo Xingxuang's expression dimmed, but she still said to Lin Yuan patiently. It's enough to have a place to make alchemy. Lin Yuan disagreed. He had successfully refined the 3rd-grade pill qi gathering pill. According to the standards of an alchemist, he had already become a 3rd-grade alchemist, only, Lin Yuan spent too little time on alchemy. Except for the qi gathering pill, he had never tried to refine the other 3rd-grade elixirs. but now Luo Feng's life is at stake. Lin Yuan could not care less. Not to mention that there was no third-grade alchemist in Sunset City. Even if there was, he would never hand over the lifeblood of his cheap father-in-law to other people. Shuang'er, ask someone to get other materials. I have the Ningyu Immortal grass here. Lin Yuan said to Luo Xingxuang. What? You actually have Ningyu Immortal grass? Luo Xingxuang was shocked. This precious herb has long been extinct in the surrounding area. The Luo family has been searching for it for decades without any results. Unexpectedly, Lin Yuan actually has such a precious herb. Moreover, he is willing to use it to treat his father. Luo Xingxuang looked at Lin Yuan with a puzzled look. The next moment, she seemed to have suddenly thought of something. Her peach blossom eyes looked at Lin Yuan with a bit of confusion and 9 points of shock. Husband, you are not. Yeah. Lin Yuan nodded lightly and said lightly, before coming to Sunset City, I successfully refined a third-grade qi condensation pill. As soon as these words came out, the entire Luo family compound was suddenly silent, and you could hear a pin drop. All the Luo family members and servants looked at Lin Yuan with extremely shocked eyes. Who is this new son-in-law? Not only did he beat the head of the Wang family, who had hidden his half-step Yuandan cultivation, into a dog without a home, relying on his own strength, but he was also a third-grade alchemist. Luo Xingxuang stared at Lin Yuan in a daze. She didn't expect that this man who didn't despise her for being a martial arts loser and fulfilled his marriage contract with her was actually a treasure man who was good at both alchemy and cultivation. Chapter 35 Successful Refining and Detoxification. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. After Luo Xingxuang came to her senses, she immediately called the Luo family's servants to go to the storehouse to get the materials for refining the third-grade Yuning Dan. After hearing that Lin Yuan was actually a third-grade alchemist, Luo Xingxuang's eyes showed surprise and shock, but there was no doubt at all. Even if the third-grade Yuning Dan was related to her father's life, she absolutely believed that Lin Yuan would not lie to her. Soon, the servant brought a sandalwood box with both hands. The herbs displayed in it were the materials needed to refine the third-grade Yuning Dan. Lin Yuan put it into the storage bag. In fact, the storage bag left by the senior brother who wrote down the true solution to alchemy for himself contained other complete materials in addition to the Yuning Xianqiao. It's just that the Luo family has already prepared other materials, so Lin Yuan doesn't have to pay for it out of his own pocket. Let's go, take me to the place with the alchemy furnace. Lin Yuan held Luo Xingxuang's hand, and the two of them left the Luo family quickly under the surprised eyes of the Luo family's family members and servants. It was not until then that some people in the crowd whispered and discussed Lin Yuan's identity. They really couldn't believe that a young man of the same age as their young lady could become a third-grade alchemist while having the strength comparable to that of a half-step Yuandan strongman. Some people in the crowd even privately speculated whether Lin Yuan deliberately said this to deceive everyone's trust. For such rumors, Lin Yuan naturally couldn't hear them, and even if he heard them, he was too lazy to pay attention to such criticism behind his back. As he intercepted more and more opportunities, his strength and foundation would naturally become stronger and stronger. As for other people's speculations, what did it have to do with him? Under the leadership of Luo Xingxuang, Lin Yuan came to the only alchemy workshop in Sunset City. At this time, the news that the Wang family went to the Luo family to seek revenge but was beaten into a losing dog by the new son-in-law had spread throughout Sunset City. When they saw that the visitor was Luo Xingxuang and there was a stranger who was suspected to be the new son-in-law of the Luo family, they did not dare to say much and readily agreed to lend the earth-fire furnace to Lin Yuan. Lin Yuan ignored them, paid a usage fee of a medium-grade spirit stone, and took Luo Xingxuang directly into the alchemy room. The furnace used in this alchemy workshop is the same as the Ding-level alchemy room of the Zhangtian sword sect, which is the most common earth-fire furnace. After all, the highest-level alchemist here is only a second-level alchemist, and the earth-fire furnace that can refine the first 3 grades of elixirs is enough for them. Lin Yuan quickly recalled the content of the alchemy true solution, wrote down the recipe of the third-grade Yuning Dan, and started to refine it directly. After having the experience of successfully refining the third-grade elixir, Lin Yuan did not feel too much pressure to refine the third-grade Yuning Dan. Anyway, even if he failed, he still had enough condensing jade immortal grass in his storage bag. Luo Xingxuang noticed that Lin Yuan's eyes became focused, and he immediately understood what he meant. He even breathed a lot lighter, fearing that he would disturb him. The process of using the earth fire furnace to refine the elixir was relatively boring and long. For 2 or 3 hours, Lin Yuan had been controlling the output of the firepower. Luo Xingxuang just stood beside him. Even though the temperature in the alchemy room was far beyond the limit that ordinary people could bear, she clenched her fists tightly, not letting herself make any sound, and her eyes always stayed firmly beside Lin Yuan. From time to time, when she found that Lin Yuan's eyes were slightly relaxed, she would use a handkerchief to help him wipe the sweat on his forehead. When Lin Yuan looked nervous, she would subconsciously hold her breath until the former relaxed, and Luo Xingxuang would quietly breathe a sigh of relief. Finally, 4 hours later, the liquid in the alchemy furnace entered the final fusion stage, and Lin Yuan's expression also became nervous. Although he had enough Ningyu Xianchao to conduct experiments, Luo Feng's situation could not wait. If he wasted too much time, the poison in Luo Feng's body would spread all over his body. By then, even if he had the 3rd grade Yuning Dan, it would be useless. So, when the pill was about to be made, Lin Yuan was extremely nervous, and Luo Xingxuang also subconsciously slowed down her breathing. Her gentle eyes did not look at the pill furnace, but looked at the sweaty Lin Yuan with heartache. After a while, a wisp of white smoke rose from the pill furnace, and the unique vanilla smell of Ningyu Xianchao mixed with the refreshing medicinal fragrance filled the whole room. It's done. Lin Yuan was slightly surprised. He did not expect that the process of refining the pill this time would be so smooth. He succeeded in refining the 3rd grade Yuning Dan for the first time. Luo Xingxuang was also happy. She had reached the qi condensation realm before, and she had heard from her former martial arts friends that a 3rd grade alchemist could have a success rate of more than 20% when refining a 3rd grade pill, which was considered the best among them. Unexpectedly, Lin Yuan succeeded on the first try. This surprised Luo Xingxuang, and she couldn't help but secretly wonder, what kind of person is Lin Yuan? Why is he so good at both cultivation and alchemy? Luo's house. In Luo Feng's room, Lin Yuan and Luo Xingxuang walked into Luo Feng's room hand in hand. Luo Xingxuang was holding a small porcelain bottle in her hand, which contained the 3rd grade Yuning Dan that Lin Yuan had just made. Go. Lin Yuan gently pinched Luo Xingxuang's palm, and the latter nodded, and nervously poured out the pill in the porcelain bottle and gently put it into his father's mouth. After the 3rd grade jade condensation pill entered his stomach, a burst of black smoke soon came out of Luo Feng's body. Lin Yuan was quick-witted and quick-handed. The moment the black smoke appeared, he grabbed Luo Xingxuang's hand and pulled her behind him. These black smokes were the strange poison planted in Luo Feng's body by the warriors from southern Xinjiang. Under the effect of the 3rd grade jade condensation pill, which was its natural nemesis, this strange poison quickly turned into black gas and came out of Luo Feng's body. And Luo Feng's complexion was also improving at a speed visible to the naked eye. In just a few breaths, the unconscious Luo Feng opened his eyes. After seeing the black smoke coming out of his body, Luo Feng was stunned. As the saying goes, long-term illness makes a doctor. After being infected with strange poisons for decades, how could he not recognize that the black smoke coming out of his body was the manifestation of the strange poison being cleared by the 3rd grade jade condensation pill? The next second, Luo Feng's eyes noticed Lin Yuan standing in front of him, and his daughter who was protected behind him to prevent being attacked by the black gas. My dear son-in-law, but you saved me. Luo Feng looked at Lin Yuan excitedly. He struggled to get up, but although the strange poison in his body was removed, he still had serious internal injuries. He exerted force suddenly and almost fell off the bed. Lin Yuan supported Luo Feng. I really have to thank my dear son-in-law for this time. I have been troubled by this strange poison for decades. If it weren't for... We are family, so there is no need to talk about it. Lin Yuan shook his head lightly, indicating that Luo Feng didn't need to do this. Luo Feng wanted to say something to express his excitement and gratitude, but was blocked by Lin Yuan first. Uncle Luo, take a good rest and heal your injuries. If you have anything to say, we can talk tomorrow. It's getting late. Shuang'er and I have to go back to rest first. Lin Yuan said calmly. Luo Xingxuang snuggled up to him and also told her father to take a good rest first, and then left with Lin Yuan. Luo Feng was stunned in place, opened his mouth, and swallowed the words that were on the tip of his mouth. He knew very well that he didn't need to say thank you for the great favor. After Lin Yuan and Luo Xingxuang left, they went straight back to Luo Xingxuang's boudoir. In the first half of the night, the moon was three-pointed, inside and outside the house. The spring scenery was getting stronger. Chapter 36 Visiting Wang's house at night and killing Wang Li. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. Later in the night, a figure left the Luo family mansion quietly. After Lin Yuan made sure that Luo Xingxuang was asleep, he quietly left their new house. The crescent moon was covered by dark clouds in the first half of the night, and the moon was dark and windy in the second half of the night, which happened to be a good time to kill people and buy goods. Lin Yuan planned to visit the Wang family's residence without anyone noticing. During the day today, a 3-star opportunity appeared on me, and the line of opportunity was connected to Wang Li, the head of the Wang family. Lin Yuan would never miss this kind of opportunity that appeared to him, no matter what the star rating was. The royal residence, just as Lin Yuan had expected before, the guards in this mansion are not very tight. Perhaps because Wang Li himself has hidden his cultivation level and is half a step into the realm of Yuandan, completely arrogant to the entire Sunset City. Therefore, he didn't even bother to arrange any defenses in the Wang family's mansion, because Wang Li knew that no one in Sunset City was his opponent, and no one dared to run wild with the Wang family. The first family. Lin Yuan followed the line of opportunity and found Wang Li's residence. At this time, Wang Li was sitting cross-legged on the futon with his eyes closed tightly. There were faint fluctuations of vitality and elixir flowing around his body. It seemed that he was in an important stage of healing. Lin Yuan pushed the door directly and entered. When Wang Li heard the noise, he opened his eyes vigilantly. When he realized that the person coming was Lin Yuan, his expression suddenly changed. "It's you?" Wang Li was a little frightened. The moment he saw Lin Yuan, he had an extremely ominous premonition. This guy may not have good intentions for visiting late at night, and he is now in an important stage of healing. If he rashly uses his vitality to take action, it is very likely that he will go crazy. Besides, during the day, Lin Yuan's shocking sword strike really left a deep impression on him. Lin Yuan ignored Wang Li, but looked in the direction connected by the chance line. It was the storage bag on the opponent's waist. After confirming that the other party had something good in him, Lin Yuan did not intend to make ink marks with the other party. After Wang Li made such nonsense in the Luo family, Lin Yuan had already begun to murder him. Now that the opponent is unable to move due to healing, it is the best time to strike. In Lin Yuan's dictionary, there is no such idiotic saying as a gentleman does not take advantage of others' danger. The principle he follows is to kill you while you are sick. "You, what are you going to do?" Wang Li suddenly panicked when he saw Lin Yuan approaching step by step with undisguised murderous intent on his body. Even if he is a half-step Yuandan expert, there is nothing he can do in this situation. If he is not careful, he will go crazy. He simply does not dare to take such a risk and forcibly interrupt the healing. Lin Yuan did not answer, but silently took out the sword from his waist. The implication was very obvious. "You can't kill me," Wang Li hurriedly shouted angrily and threatened in a stern voice. "My eldest son Wang Tang is a true disciple of Xuanxu sect. If you dare to kill me, not even the Cangtian sword sect can save your life." Xuanxu sect. Lin Yuan suddenly realized what he said. He was originally a little curious. The Wang family and the Luo family are both the 3 major families in Sunset City. As the head of the Luo family, Luo Feng is only at the 5th level of qi gathering. Why is this old guy Wang Li actually half-stepped? The strong man of Yuandan. Now after hearing the other party's threat, only then did he understand the truth. It turns out that the Wang family has an heir who is a true disciple in the Xuanxu sect. The Xuanxu sect is thousands of miles away from the Cangtian sword sect. It is a super sect that is not inferior to the Cangtian sword sect in terms of size or overall strength. Wang Li's eldest son, Wang Teng, can become his true disciple and take care of some of the Wang family's resources at will, which is enough to make the Wang family's strength stand out among the others in Sunset City. That's right, you are just an inner disciple of the Cangtian sword sect. Even if you are a member of the Tsangtian sword sect, you will never break up with the Xuanqiu sect over an inner disciple. Wang Li threatened in a cold voice. Understood. Lin Yuan nodded and silently put away the unsheathed sword. When Wang Li saw this, he suddenly breathed a sigh of relief. He was now at an important stage of healing and could not use his vitality to fight the enemy. As long as he can scare Lin Yuan, after he refines the elixir, he can. Before Wang Li could think about it, he saw green thunder faintly emerging from Lin Yuan's body. Thanks for your reminder. Lin Yuan glanced at Wang Li calmly, exploded with all his energy, and punched the opponent in the face. Wang Li was suddenly dumbfounded. However, at the critical moment of life and death, he reacted immediately, and regardless of the risk of going crazy, he forcibly interrupted the operation of the technique and ended the refining of the elixir ahead of schedule. The breath on his body wilted, and the side effects of forcibly interrupting the healing made Wang Li's entire bodies. Meridians feel as painful as being burned by flames, but he didn't have time to think too much. He immediately activated his skills and faced Lin Yuan's fist. In the critical moment, Wang Li had no time to use his martial arts, so he could only rely on his majestic vitality to forcefully fight. However, Lin Yuan's punch was not ordinary. A top-grade martial arts skill on the human level, Ben Lei Kaishan Fist. This martial skill was chosen by Lin Yuan from the martial arts pavilion when he broke through the Qi-gathering realm. Because it was relatively simple, it only took him half a day to master this martial skill. With the blessing of the first transformation of the three mysterious transformations of divine fire, even the power of human-level martial arts is definitely not something Wang Li can bear at this time. He was already extremely weak due to the interruption of healing, and when he met Lin Yuan's full-strength punch, he immediately felt a surge of blood in his body. Wang Li had already been injured by Lin Yuan, and after the forced interruption of healing and the punch, he was hit by the triple side effects, and blood spurted out of his face. His eyes turned black and he fainted. Seeing this, Lin Yuan stepped forward without hesitation and hit Wang Li's forehead with another Thunder Mountain fist without mercy. In an instant, blood splattered. The unconscious Wang Li's head was directly smashed into pieces when he was unable to resist. Lin Yuan has always been a person who does not do anything. But once he takes action, he will do it without reservation. Since he decided to attack Wang Li, he would never give the other party a chance to retaliate against him. After confirming that Wang Li was dead, he walked to Wang Li's body and untied the storage bag tied around his waist. Lin Yuan did not open it rashly to check, but put away the storage bag and left the Wang family mansion quietly. He did not return to the Luo family directly, but deliberately walked around outside for a few times. After making sure that no one was following him, he silently climbed over the wall of the Luo family and returned to his and Luo Xingxuang's new house. No one noticed the whole process. No one knew that the head of the Wang family, who had been forbearing for many years and only showed his half-step Yuandan cultivation today, died in his own home without anyone knowing. Lin Yuan just lay down and felt hot. The next morning, Luo Xingxuang blushed and dared not look at Lin Yuan. The reason was that when she got up in the morning, she found that she was entangled with him like an octopus, and Lin Yuan looked at her innocently, and she was almost embarrassed to death. Chapter 37, Rebuilding the Body, Strange Phenomena in the World. You are listening at novelfull.audio. When Lin Yuan and Luo Xingxuang left the room, it was already an hour later. Luo Xingxuang's pretty face was rosy, and she held Lin Yuan's arm tenderly, and together they went to check on her father Luo Feng's recovery. Just walked a few steps, the two of them discovered that everyone in the Luo family, whether family members or servants, were whispering and discussing something. When they arrived at Luo Feng's place, they found out after asking. It turns out that this morning, something big happened in Sunset City. Wang Li, the head of the first family, the Wang family, was assassinated last night and died in the quiet room where he was recovering from injuries. When he was discovered, his head had been blown to pieces, and his death was horrific. Now the entire Wang family has gone crazy. Originally the strongest person on the stage, Wang Man, who was at the 6th level of Qi gathering, was killed by Lin Yuan with a sword in the Luo family. Now the head of the Banba Yuandan family finally showed his cultivation, but was assassinated that night. This made the Wang family, a once famous family, suddenly the talk of countless people throughout Sunset City. Wang Li was killed. Is there any detailed information? Lin Yuan asked, pretending to be curious. Based on the situation at the scene, it should be a warrior using boxing or blunt weapons. As the head of the Luo family, Luo Feng was naturally very well informed about the news in Sunset City. Seeing Lin Yuan's curiosity, he explained patiently, I heard from the servants of the Luo family yesterday that they didn't hear any movement while they were on duty. I guess that man killed Wang Li within a short period of time. It looks like, it's very likely that a Yuandan realm warrior took action. Yuandan warrior? Lin Yuan was secretly amused when he heard this, but on the surface he remained calm. After being reminded by Wang Li yesterday, he deliberately did not use the 9 heaven-splitting swords that he was good at, but instead used a rarely used boxing technique. In Wang Li's state at that time, he could easily kill the opponent without even using any martial arts. Using the martial arts of Ben Lei Kaishan Fist was also to spread suspicion and avoid the Wang family's suspicion on him. In fact, Lin Yuan didn't care about the true disciples of the Xuanchu sect. He was just worried that the Wang family would blame the Luo family for the incident, so he conveniently spread suspicions to confuse the other party. Yes, I heard that Wang Teng, the eldest son of the Wang family, is a true disciple of the Xuanchu sect, and his cultivation is unfathomable. Maybe, it was because of some grudges Wang Teng had with the Xuanchu sect that led to the hatred. The Wang family sighed. Luo Feng analyzed it matter-of-factly. Lin Yuan did not refute. He saw that Luo Feng's complexion had improved a lot. After telling him to take a good rest, he took Luo Xingxuang and left Luo Feng's room. On the way, Lin Yuan suddenly remembered his true purpose of coming to Sunset City. In the past 2 days, I had been enjoying Luo Xingxuang's tenderness, but I almost forgot that there was an 8-star opportunity involved with her, so he asked Luo Xingxuang casually, Xuanger, have you ever thought about trying to practice again? Hearing Lin Yuan's words, Luo Xingxuang's expression immediately became a little sad. Luo Xingxuang seemed to be hesitant to speak, but Lin Yuan did not interrupt her, but quietly waited for the next sentence. After a while, Luo Xingxuang finally summoned up the courage and said to Lin Yuan, since I lost all my cultivation 2 years ago, I can no longer practice. I have tried many times, but I can only cultivate to the 3rd level of body tempering. Then my cultivation will start to dissipate inexplicably, and I will eventually become an ordinary person again. When she said this, Luo Shuiying looked a little disappointed, but her eyes when she looked at Lin Yuan were full of gratitude and attachment. How about, you try again? Lin Yuan didn't know how to comfort him when he heard this, but he still believed that the system's assessment of opportunities would never lie. Maybe after he and Luo Xingxuang complete their engagement, the inexplicable curse on her will disappear. Luo Xingxuang instinctively resisted practicing, but when she saw Lin Yuan looking at her with confidence, she only hesitated for a moment before making her decision. Anyway, I have failed too many times, not even 1 or 2 failures. This time, I thought it was for my husband and tried again. That's right. Lin Yuan nodded with satisfaction. He played with Luo Xingxuang's weak and boneless hands and said softly, you can try with confidence and don't think too much about anything. No matter what happens, I will be by your side. Luo Xingxuang nodded heavily. She was a well-known cultivation genius in the past. After she decided to try again for Lin Yuan, she entered a state of trance almost instantly. The first step in martial arts training is to absorb spiritual energy into the body, convert it into vitality, and temper your physical body. This realm is called the body tempering realm. Different techniques have different sizes of auras that can be aroused. A general technique can only activate the aura within a range of 2 to 3 meters around you. When Lin Yuan switched to the supreme technique, he instantly swept the spiritual energy around him within a kilometer radius. Although this did not represent a clear definition of martial arts, the gap in martial arts was the fundamental difference in the strength of future warriors. After Luo Xingxuang entered Samadhi, her body began to operate the exercises. At first, she didn't notice anything was wrong, but when the energy around her started to be stirred wildly, Luo Xingxuang began to notice something unusual. What was running in her body was not the Luo family's family practice at all, it was a practice that she had never touched before, and suddenly appeared in her mind at the moment she entered into a state of meditation. This is... Luo Xingxuang was a little confused. Lin Yuan also noticed something was wrong. After Luo Xingxuang entered into a state of meditation, the spiritual energy within a radius of 700 to 800 meters seemed to be stirred by an invisible big hand and began to rush into her body frantically. This scale, although it was not as good as the vision when he practiced the supreme law at that time, it definitely exceeded most of the practices in the world. It was almost just a blink of an eye. Lin Yuan suddenly discovered that Luo Xingxuang's cultivation had reached the first level of body tempering, and almost at the same time, Lin Yuan felt that the spiritual energy rolled up by Luo Xingxuang did not all flow into her body. Some of it actually merged into his body silently. After these spiritual energies entered Lin Yuan's body, it did not directly transform into vital energy, but slowly condensed into a mysterious lavender mark at the center of the vital energy vortex in his body. This mark seemed to be full of traces of time. After it appeared in his body, it instantly increased the speed of the entire vital energy vortex by about 20% to 30%. This also means, Lin Yuan's own abnormal cultivation speed has been increased by at least 20% invisibly. Chapter 38 Purple Air comes from the east for 90,000 miles. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. Lin Yuan was a little shocked, but Luo Xingxuang's breakthrough was far from over. It took her less than 10 breaths to break through the first level of body tempering, and she broke through another bottleneck again, and her cultivation entered the second level of body tempering. At this time, the strange phenomenon brought by Luo Xingxuang's cultivation has attracted the attention of many people in the Luo family. Even Luo Feng, who was still recovering from his injuries, noticed the abnormality of the spiritual energy and walked out of the room with the help of the servants to check. As a result, he found that the people at the center of the strange phenomenon were his daughter and his son-in-law Lin Yuan, who saved his life. Son-in-law, this is... Luo Feng hurried forward and subconsciously wanted to ask Lin Yuan, but was stopped by Lin Yuan with his eyes. At this time, the speed of the spiritual energy in the air suddenly increased, and Luo Xingxuang actually crossed the threshold of the third level of body tempering in just a few breaths. In the past, at this time, Luo Xingxuang's cultivation would disappear quickly like a deflated balloon, but this time, her cultivation has not stopped growing. The eldest lady's cultivation is still growing. She seems to have broken the curse. After someone shouted, everyone in the Luo family suddenly fell into chaos. At the beginning, Luo Xingxuang was the pride of the entire Luo family. From the head of the family Luo Feng to every servant of the Luo family, they were extremely proud of the eldest lady, but since 2 years ago, Luo Xingxuang has gone from a genius to a loser. Those who were once proud of her have endured countless ridicules behind her back, and at this moment, everyone couldn't help but feel proud of Luo Xingxuang. Sure enough, after marrying her son-in-law, the eldest lady ushered in a turning point in her life. She is about to get out of the trough and become the proud daughter of heaven that the entire Luo family is proud of. Moreover, there is a man who treats her very well and leads her out of the trough and loves her. While everyone is talking about it, Luo Xingxuang's breakthrough still shows no signs of stopping. The fourth level of body tempering, the fifth level of body tempering, more and more spiritual energy was swept up by her, pouring into her body crazily. Lin Yuan was a little stunned watching from the side. He was closest to Luo Xingxuang and could feel how much spiritual energy she had absorbed during this period of time. It's really weird. Lin Yuan sighed secretly. Judging from the spiritual energy absorbed by Luo Xingxuang, even if it was a martial artist in the qi gathering stage, absorbing so much spiritual energy in one day would definitely be enough for this person to explode and die. But Luo Xingxuang's body was like a bottomless black hole at this time, sweeping the surrounding spiritual energy crazily. There was no sign of stopping at all. Logically speaking, facing this unknown situation, a normal martial artist might interrupt Luo Xingxuang's practice for the sake of safety, and let her continue to practice. After confirming that she was safe, Luo Feng, who had been watching his daughter nervously not far away, actually thought so in his heart, but Lin Yuan had been standing beside her without moving, and Luo Feng did not dare to rashly disturb his daughter's practice. What if this was also part of Lin Yuan's plan? With such concerns, Luo Feng has been enduring his anxious mood, watching his daughter's cultivation level soaring. Lin Yuan did not interrupt because he believed in the judgment of the system. Since Luo Xingxuang can bring him an 8-star opportunity, a terrifying opportunity second only to the supreme law, then he does not need to worry about that. After Luo Xingxuang absorbs enough spiritual energy, it will naturally stop. if he interrupts rashly, it may ruin this 8-star opportunity. Moreover, for Lin Yuan, Luo Xingxuang's absorption of spiritual energy at this time is not completely without benefit to him, because the spiritual energy absorbed by Luo Xingxuang still has 30% effect, and it flows into his body continuously. Although these spiritual energies did not directly increase his cultivation, they made the purple mark that appeared in his vitality vortex gradually deepen in color. The speed of the vitality vortex in Lin Yuan's body is also gradually increasing. Moreover, Lin Yuan can also clearly feel that this purple mark is definitely far more than the effect he found. An hour later, all the members of the Luo family, young and old, gathered not far away, watching Luo Xingxuang's breakthroughs with excitement. For them, Luo Xingxuang's return to the peak was an important matter related to the future development of the entire Luo family, and it was also the pride of everyone in the Luo family. Moreover, such a magical vision, let alone the people of the Luo family, even Lin Yuan, who came from the Zhangtian sword sect, had never seen it before. In this hour, Luo Xingxuang's cultivation was like riding a roller coaster. The bottleneck of cultivation was almost non-existent to her. In just 1 hour, her cultivation had soared to the 8th level of body tempering. Just a little bit, she could break through the bottleneck of the 9th level of body tempering and impact the foundation building realm. Such a speed, it can be said that among the people present, except Lin Yuan, no one else dared to imagine it. In 1 day, from no cultivation to completing the foundation building, except for Lin Yuan who practiced the supreme law, other warriors would not dare to think about it. At this time, Lin Yuan's heart was secretly curious. Luo Xingxuang's speed of cultivation, as well as this cultivation method of rolling up a large area of spiritual energy, are very similar to when he first switched to practicing the supreme law. Could it be that, Lin Yuan secretly guessed in his heart that at this moment, Luo Xingxuang's aura suddenly surged, and she successfully broke through the 9th level of the body tempering realm. Now she has begun to attack the foundation building realm. In a blink of an eye, another 2 hours have passed. Lin Yuan has always been guarding beside Luo Xingxuang. Just now, he could feel that the vitality in Luo Xingxuang's body has reached the peak of the 9th level of the body tempering, and she may start the foundation building at any time. At this time, suddenly, a majestic divine light bloomed between heaven and earth. The majestic and magnificent purple divine light descended from the sky and fell on Luo Xingxuang and Lin Yuan beside her. At this moment, Luo Xingxuang's aura reached its peak. At the moment the divine light fell, her delicate body trembled slightly. She actually broke through the bottleneck of the foundation building in an instant, and successfully advanced from the 9th level of the body tempering to the 1st level of the foundation building. At the moment of the breakthrough, the sky and the earth changed color. It was already approaching dusk, and the sky, which was supposed to be orange-red, was suddenly infected by a purple air coming from the east. In a flash, the entire sky turned into a hazy purple. Even the afterglow of the setting sun was completely suppressed by this majestic purple air. The purple air came from the east for 90,000 miles, which was a symbol of supreme auspiciousness. Everyone was stunned. No one could have thought that Luo Xingxuang would cause a strange phenomenon in the world just by breaking through a foundation building realm. At this moment, all of their eyes turned to Lin Yuan. Everyone in the Luo family knew that the eldest lady's change began after she married her son-in-law. Could it be? Chapter 39, Ziwei Holy Land, the Holy Body Appears. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. A million miles away from Sunset City, Zhongyu, the deepest part of Ziwei Holy Land, a woman wearing purple palace clothes sat quietly cross-legged here. At the same time that Luo Xingxuang caused a strange phenomenon in the world, the woman suddenly opened her eyes. There seemed to be nebulae flowing in her eyes. She was just sitting here casually, but she gave people an aura that was like a towering mountain. Everyone who saw her felt a subconscious feeling of kneeling down and surrendering to her. It is a vision of the awakening of the Eucharist. The woman whispered to herself, and her eyes, which were faintly filled with nebulae, seemed to penetrate 1,000,000 miles of barriers and lock onto Luo Xingxuang's location from afar. Eastern Wasteland, Sunset City. After a moment, the woman looked away. She was millions of miles away, but she was able to cross numerous spatial barriers and accurately locate Luo Xingxuang's location. Such strength, it has almost transcended the scope of martial arts. It is not an exaggeration to say that it is extraordinary and holy. Someone's coming. The woman called softly. Next moment, the space in front of her was slightly distorted, and two figures appeared silently in front of the woman, kneeling on one knee with extremely respectful expressions, as if devout believers were worshipping the gods in their hearts. See Master. Both voices are female. Judging from their titles, they should be the female disciples. Get up, Dong Huang, Sunset City. The woman ordered expressionlessly. Yes. The two female disciples first responded, and then one of them asked cautiously, Master, the Eastern Barren Territory is 1,000,000 miles away from the Central Territory. With your cultivation level, it will also consume a lot of money to tear apart the space and go to the Eastern Barren Territory. May I ask? Something important happened. The holy body of Ziwei has appeared. There was still no expression on the woman's face, she just said 7 words in an understatement. The next second, the two female disciples had shocked expressions on their faces. Send the order, the Ziwei Holy Land belongs to the Sunset City in the East Wasteland immediately. We must find the location of the holy body at all costs. As you command, that the two female disciples immediately took the order and left. At the same time, Sunset City, Luo family, Luo Xingxuang's breakthroughs continued. After breaking through the foundation building, Lin Yuan thought that her progress would temporarily stop, but, just half an hour passed, and her cultivation continued to soar. The vision of heaven and earth triggered by her did not dissipate, and the entire Luo family mansion was surrounded by a purple aura of wealth, and around her, a large area of dazzling starlight appeared, and the whole person seemed to be transformed into the deep starry sky, and the spiritual energy of the surrounding. Heaven and earth was poured into her body crazily. It seems, she won't wake up for a while. Lin Yuan secretly guessed. He simply sat down next to Luo Xingxuang and started practicing cross-legged. At this time, the spiritual energy of heaven and earth around Luo Xingxuang was dozens of times stronger than usual. In addition to the spiritual energy swept into her body, Lin Yuan sat here and practiced, and the effect was much higher than usual. Since Luo Xingxuang didn't wake up, he simply practiced beside her, and by the way, he could help her protect the law and prevent any accidents from happening. Everyone in the Luo family is actually a little jealous of this. They all followed Lin Yuan's example and sat down to practice. But what made them dumbfounded was that no matter how they used their skills, they were still unable to stir up the surrounding aura of heaven and earth. These spiritual energies of heaven and earth seemed to be bound by some mysterious law. Except for Luo Xingxuang and Lin Yuan, who were at the center of the vision, no one else could absorb this rich spiritual energy at all. It seems, this opportunity is destined to have nothing to do with them. Under Luo Feng's order, everyone in the Luo family had no choice but to disperse angrily, and each went to deal with his or her own affairs. Luo Feng himself also left here, leaving behind a few close servants in case Lin Yuan had any unexpected needs. At night, the sky was gradually getting dark, but the surroundings of the Luo family's mansion were illuminated as brightly as day by the strange phenomena of heaven and earth caused by Luo Xingxuang. Everyone in the Luo family mansion was speculating on what the eldest lady and uncle had done. Not only the Luo family, but everyone in Sunset City now knew that the eldest lady of the Luo family, who had been silent for 2 years, turned from a waste to a genius overnight. This shocking vision of heaven and earth, it happened after the new uncle of the Luo family married the eldest daughter Luo Xingxuang. Everyone was already talking about what happened to Luo Xingxuang. Now that the strange phenomenon in the world has been triggered, almost everyone in Sunset City is discussing this matter. Early the next morning, Lin Yuan was the first to wake up from his cultivation state. He could feel that the strange phenomena on Luo Xingxuang's body were gradually fading away, which meant that it wouldn't take long for her to wake up. Really, soon after, the strange phenomena on Luo Xingxuang gradually disappeared. The purple energy phenomenon that lingered in the Luo family's mansion for the whole day gradually dissipated and began to return to normal. Luo Xingxuang's long eyelashes trembled slightly, and she opened her eyes in confusion. Her soft peach blossom eyes were full of confusion. What happened? Luo Xingxuang subconsciously looked for Lin Yuan's figure, but found him sitting cross-legged next to her, looking at her calmly. She seemed to have found support in an instant, and most of the confusion and fear in her eyes disappeared. Congratulations. Lin Yuan took Luo Xingxuang's hand and checked the fluctuation of her vitality. He suddenly found that after a whole night, her cultivation had grown almost by leaps and bounds. 9th level of foundation building. This is Luo Xingxuang's current martial arts cultivation level. She only needs the last bit to break through to the qi gathering level and return to the peak before her cultivation disappeared strangely. Luo Xingxuang also discovered the changes in herself. After feeling that her exhausted qi hai dantian was full of vitality and her whole body was full of strength, her eyes suddenly turned red. 2 years, for 2 whole years, from the time her cultivation disappeared strangely to now, she has endured the criticism of others behind her back for 2 years and endured all kinds of rumors. In these 2 years, Luo Xingxuang tried again and again, but every time, as long as her cultivation reached the 3rd level of body tempering, it would begin to disappear strangely and become an ordinary person again. She tried to break this curse more than once, but each time she failed. When she almost gave up, Lin Yuan came into her life. This man never despised her for not being able to practice martial arts, helped the family defeat the Wang family, and cured the residual poison in her father, and now, he has created a miracle again, helping her to embark on the road of martial arts again, and recovered to the 9th level of foundation building overnight. Luo Xingxuang actually knew that although the changes in her body might not necessarily be caused by Lin Yuan, but if it weren't for Lin Yuan's encouragement, she would never have the courage to start practicing martial arts again, let alone create miracles. Xuanger, how do you feel? Is there anything? Lin Yuan was about to ask Luo Xingxuang how she felt, but before he finished speaking, his lips were sealed. When they looked at each other at close range, Lin Yuan found that Luo Xingxuang's soft eyes were filled with deep passion and emotion. Chapter 40 Goodbye to 9 Stars. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. After a full quarter of an hour, Luo Xingxuang reluctantly let go of her arms around Lin Yuan's neck and leaned into his arms, tears of joy in her eyes, but she couldn't stop. Lin Yuan gently patted Luo Xingxuang's shoulders. He could feel that the delicate body of the beautiful girl in his arms was trembling slightly. Just as he was about to say a few words of comfort, he suddenly found that a line of eye-catching words opportunity appeared above Luo Xingxuang's head. A beam of luck and light rose from her feet. This person's luck has soared recently, and he is about to get a 9-star opportunity. Seeing this line of opportunity, Lin Yuan was shocked. 9-star opportunity, representing the 9-star opportunity of the Son of Destiny, actually appeared on Luo Xingxuang. Lin Yuan was shocked. This was the first time he saw a 9-star opportunity besides senior brother Yi. Unexpectedly, this kind of opportunity against the sky actually appeared on Luo Xingxuang. Lin Yuan was about to ask out loud. At this time, the sky above the Luo family suddenly twisted, and an unparalleled force tore the space apart, tearing open a space channel above Sunset City. Then a group of dozens of people emerged from the space channel, dozens of warriors with amazing auras, guarding a phoenix sedan. Chair-like stars surrounding the moon, suspended in the air, the amazing auras emanating from these warriors were as dazzling as the scorching sun. After they appeared, the warriors of the entire Sunset City seemed to be inspired and looked up. On the phoenix sedan chair, sat a beautiful woman in purple palace clothes. The woman gave people a feeling of being integrated with the world, as if she was the only master between heaven and earth. Even if they looked at her from a distance, the warriors in Sunset City couldn't help but feel the desire to worship and submit. Oh my God, what kind of existence is this? Why do I feel like kneeling down and surrendering just by looking at that person? Why did these strong men appear in Sunset City? Could it be related to the strange phenomenon of heaven and earth yesterday? At this moment, the whole small Sunset City was shocked. All the warriors couldn't help but secretly guess that the timing of the warriors from the Central Domain Holy Land was too coincidental. This made everyone connect this matter with the strange phenomenon of heaven and earth that appeared in the Luo family yesterday. The woman on the phoenix sedan seemed to have locked onto the target in the sky above the Luo family. She stood up lightly without any movement. The next second, her figure crossed the void out of thin air and appeared in front of Lin Yuan and Luo Xingxuang, and locked her eyes on Luo Xingxuang. It is indeed the purple star saint body. After the woman felt it up close, she was more certain that Luo Xingxuang, who was held in Lin Yuan's arms, was the purple star saint body that had been passed down in the purple star Holy Land for hundreds of thousands of years. Whenever she was born, she would definitely become the saint of the Holy Land. Luo Xingxuang was also startled by the sudden scene. She subconsciously hid behind Lin Yuan, and looked at the woman in palace dress with a timid look. Come with me, you are born with a holy body of Ziwei, and only in the Holy Land of Ziwei can you get the best training. The woman in palace dress looked past Lin Yuan and looked at Luo Xingxuan carefully. After a moment, she glanced at Lin Yuan, and a strange color flashed in her eyes, but she quickly concealed it. Who are you? Luo Xingxuan asked bravely. I am the Saint Lord of Ziwei Holy Land, and also your future master. The palace-dressed woman spoke in a very calm tone, as if she had already determined that no matter what happened, Luo Xingxuan would follow her. This sunset city is too small. Only the central region with many holy lands is the right stage for you. After you leave with me, you will become my only close disciple and the next Saint Lord of Ziwei Holy Land. Then you will understand that everything you see now, Sunset City, and even the entire East Wasteland, is just a small corner. After saying that, she gently extended a slender jade hand to Luo Xingxuan. Before Luo Xingxuan could react, her eyes were blurred. When she came to her senses, she found herself standing next to the Saint Lord of Ziwei. She panicked for no reason, and subconsciously looked at Lin Yuan with helpless eyes. At this time, Lin Yuan also understood why Luo Xingxuan had a 9-star opportunity. It turned out that this opportunity was to be accepted as the successor by the Saint Lord of Ziwei Holy Land. At this time, everyone in the Luo family was also completely shocked. They didn't expect that after 2 years of silence, Luo Xingxuan had just recovered her talent for martial arts practice, and she was actually favored by the legendary master of the Holy Land and accepted as her successor. If Luo Xingxuan became the saint of the Ziwei Holy Land, then the entire Luo family would rise to prominence with her. By that time, with the protection of the eldest lady who was a saint, not to mention in Sunset City, maybe in the entire East Wilderness, the Luo family would become a top family. Let's go. After the Ziwei Saint Lord said this, he was going to take Luo Xingxuan across the void and return to the Phoenix Sedan, but at this time, Luo Xingxuan took a deep breath, as if he had made a great determination, and as if he had been brewing courage for a long time. He looked up at the Ziwei Saint Lord beside him and asked, Please, can you take my husband to the Ziwei Holy Land? Luo Xingxuan's eyes never left Lin Yuan. Seeing that she was about to be taken away by the Ziwei Holy Lord, she finally mustered up the courage to ask the Holy Lord, who was so powerful that she didn't know how powerful she was. No. The Purple Star Saint answered without hesitation. After a moment, perhaps because she felt that she was a little harsh to her future disciple, she patiently added, the Purple Star Saint Land only accepts women. Then I won't go either. Luo Xingxuan's answer was also without any hesitation. She knew what it meant to her to become the saint of the Purple Star Saint Land. However, if joining the Purple Star Saint Land meant that she would be separated from Lin Yuan, she would rather not be a saint. What, did you say? That the Purple Star Saint seemed to be slightly stunned. She didn't expect that Luo Xingxuan would refuse the opportunity to join the Purple Star Saint Land for Lin Yuan. Lin Yuan had always been paying attention to the Purple Star Saint and the 9-star opportunity above Luo Xingxuan. After hearing the Purple Star Saint say that the Purple Star Saint Land only accepted female disciples, he knew that he could not intercept this opportunity of Luo Xingxuan. However, after hearing that Luo Xingxuan was willing to give up the opportunity to become the saint of Ziwei Holy Land in order to accompany him, Lin Yuan felt warm in his heart and decided to give it a try. Luo Xingxuan's chance was rated as 9 stars by the system, and the strength of the saint of Ziwei was unfathomable. As long as he could get some benefits from her, it would definitely be far better than an ordinary low-star chance. After making up his mind, Lin Yuan looked at the woman in palace dress and spoke in a neither humble nor arrogant manner. This senior